I gotta be honest, I've been really nervous about this big debut. I wasn't really sure that I wanted to do it, but you know what? Voices are meant to be heard. So here I am on this digital stage. Well, let's do some introductions. So this is my new channel, Cross H Productions, that's how it's pronounced. What we're going to be doing is live streams, videos on demand. I'm really into anime and manga, especially One Piece. That's really my big commitment right now, is keeping up with One Piece. Try not to get into any other series that is still ongoing. I'm only interested in series that have finished, because guess what? When I started One Piece, way back in like 2008, I had no idea how long it was going to take. That's been kind of a deterrent for me jumping into any series that hasn't finished, is not knowing how long I'm going to be committed, not even knowing if it's actually going to finish at all. It's like Yahtzee said, where a story is only truly good once it's finished. I've been enjoying One Piece so far, mostly, but it's been a bit of a rocky road. It's doing good now. We're also going to be doing some video games. I've had a huge backlog that I've been meaning to get into, but I want to share that first time experience with other people. The first game I'm going to stream is probably going to be Psychonauts. That one's a classic. I picked that one back up in like 2006, and I've really been looking forward to playing Psychonauts 2. That's going to be the next game, but I wanted to refresh myself on the first Psychonauts and just share that with people, because I don't think a lot of people know how good that game is. Movies too. I'm really big into superhero movies and martial arts movies. As a little kid, I used to watch the old Joel Schumacher Batman movies, and I know that they're real stinkers. I know that's probably not the best way to start, but my favorite superhero movie is still Spider-Man 2. And I've seen so many superhero movies at this point that Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, they don't even register. Like, they're not even in my top 30 worst superhero movies. It's not like Suicide Squad or, I don't know, Elektra. Now that's the worst. A lot of cartoons that I haven't seen, cartoons that I have seen that I want to share with other people, and painting. I do a little bit of painting. I haven't done it for a while, but I'm trying to get back into it, and I've already got my first project lined up. This is a wooden sculpture that I picked up like a couple towns over. I've always had this vision of painting it up real colorful. I'm thinking of doing some like Magic the Gathering stuff, impressions on what's going on in the game, anecdotes from my time playing, because I've been playing a long time. My dad taught me how to play the game way back in 2000, and I've been on and off with it ever since. I played a lot of Magic back in college. That was a great time, back when Innistrad was new, and so was New Phyrexia, so it wasn't all great. Here's a little bit about me. I'm Harrison. I love rock and roll of all kinds. Pop rock, indie rock, alt rock, grunge, post-grunge, even ska, which a lot of people hate for some reason. I don't know, but I've been big into it ever since the Digimon movie. Terrible movie, but that soundtrack, choice. So formative to my taste in music. And I like spicy food. And when I say spicy food, I mean really spicy. Let me show you something. You see this? This is what I'm doing right now. The end flat line. I think it's the second hottest hot sauce in the world. These are my big inspirations. Spoony, if any of you guys remember Spoony. Peak Spoony, back in the day. That was like my favorite YouTuber. I loved how snarky and sarcastic he was. Big influence on my sense of humor. Red Letter Media. I think they've influenced a lot of people just by elevating the average taste in movies. Like, guys like Angry Video Game Nerd, they made it popular to rant and rave and be irate about stuff, but Red Letter Media made it popular to be articulate. They could explain their opinion so well in a way that doesn't go over people's heads. Super Best Friends Play, I've been binging a lot of their old videos. Also very formative of my sense of humor. Those guys were really great, and they're what really made me want to do what I'm doing right now. And RebelTaxi, oh boy, the great one. Definitely one of my favorite YouTubers. He had me hooked just from his style alone. I absolutely love the graphic design on everything, on his logo, on his little avatar, his transitions, everything. And he has impeccable taste in music. He's really helped me discover a lot of new music and old music that I had forgotten about. And his opinions on animation in games, so similar to mine. Even to the point where he will say things that are so specific that I thought I was the only one who thought them, and I just didn't say it out loud because I didn't think anyone else would understand. He's also got the only intro that I never ever skip. Power Rangers, that was a big inspiration for me too. And that really got me into superheroes, Japanese culture, martial arts, science fiction, just so much cool stuff all packed into that one show. Guyver, Biobooster Armor Guyver. That was a series that I picked up as a kid, like 8 years old. Maybe a little too young for that, but when the VHS tapes were up for rental at my local Blockbuster, and after I watched the first one, I was hooked. Super underrated series. I would love to see it come back. Even before Spider-Man, Guyver was really the one to teach me that being a superhero isn't all fun and games. That poor kid really goes through it. One of the first anime I ever watched. I think the first one, though, was Gigantor. Back when they would play marathons of the New Adventures of Gigantor on Sci-Fi. Back when the Sci-Fi Channel was still good. Back when it was still cool. When they did shows like The Anti-Gravity Room, which is basically Attack of the Show before Attack of the Show. Fooly Cooly. That's the big one, really. My favorite anime. What I would consider to be one of the best anime ever. And just the quintessential coming-of-age story. Something that I think any boy between like 12 and 15 years old should watch at least once. That was big for me. I discovered that when I was 15 years old, just about to go into high school, and it really changed things up for me. Taught me to not be afraid of failure, not be afraid to try new things, to not be so embarrassed and so closed off all the time. It told me that maturity isn't always what it seems, that acting adult doesn't make you adult. Really awesome series. Nice and bite-sized too, only 6 episodes long. Unless you want to watch the sequels, which are really hit and miss.
It was perfect.
It's the biggest piece of dog.
Nice.
I mean, it's alright.
You don't gotta watch those though. You can just stick with classic Fooly Cooly, the first 6 episodes, and that's awesome. And One Piece, as mentioned, got into that watching it on Toonami. And yes, that does mean that I was watching the 4Kids dub. Very bad, not gonna defend it.
That makes you Desert Doo-Doo.
But I still wound up getting hooked. Let that be a testament to how good One Piece is, that even 4Kids could not ruin its charm despite their best efforts. I'm really getting back into The Last Airbender. Just rewatched the whole series recently, and it is really strong. There are like no weak links in that series. Even the bad episodes, the ones that people say are bad, they're not really bad. They're just bad for The Last Airbender. They're still really strong. The Last Airbender was also like, it helped form a bit of my philosophy. My favorite scene in The Last Airbender is when Aang is talking to Yang Chen, and she says that it is sometimes necessary to sacrifice your own spiritual needs to protect the world. And that was a big eye-opener for me as a kid. It was the first time that I ever realized that there was a difference between ethics and morals. A pretty big, complex theme for a cartoon that was airing on Nickelodeon and targeted to children, if I say so. And then Jimi Hendrix. Speaking of philosophy, just that one little quote where he says, I believe it goes, I believe people should be able to do whatever they want as long as it doesn't hurt anybody. It's amazing how that one sentence just condenses all of like morality and ethicality and society into just that one tiny little sentence. I love it. Right here, this is future content planned like way out. I've got a friend who is receptive to checking out One Piece. I'd like to talk him into doing a little catch up. I am genuinely curious, if we timed it, how long would it take to fully catch up on the manga? How many hours or days is that going to be? Martial Farts is another like team effort that I've got planned with him, where we watch just all sorts of different martial arts films, good and bad, and just kind of riff on them, especially the bad ones. Jared's got a huge collection of martial arts movies, and I do too, a little bit over my shelves over there. It'd be nice to check those out on stream as well, and just have some funny running commentary. And not just martial arts movies either, series that are martial arts oriented, like the aforementioned The Last Airbender and Power Rangers, Samurai Jack, all the little Power Rangers rip-offs. We could check that out too. Share that with you guys, because a lot of them are obscure. Animation Station, a lot like Martial Farts, except instead of martial arts, it's just animation. My friend, he's a professional animator, so he would be able to provide some unique insight. Reviewing every superhero movie ever, that'd be really cool, because we talk about superhero stuff all the time, on, and always checking out new ones, or new to us anyway. New ones, old ones, good ones, bad ones, surprising ones. I've been on a quest to see if there's any superhero movie that's worse than Elektra, and I haven't found one yet. We watched Catwoman recently, and even that wasn't as bad as Elektra, as infamous as that movie is. Superhero movies, that's like the one genre that is small enough where reviewing every movie is feasible. And then the big one, World Cross H. That's the dream. Saving up the money to go on a big cross-country trip and streaming that and making that a shared experience where everyone can go along with us and see all the things about this country that make it so great and wonderful. That's way down the line. If it'll ever happen at all, that's a lot of planning, a lot of saving up money. It'd be neat to do this stuff with my friend, but I want to make sure that this channel is a success first, because he's a busy guy. Really, really busy. And I don't want to pull him away from the half dozen things that he's already doing just to entertain me in my little project. Join the Reverie. That's like a yearly gathering of the online One Piece community. Streamers like King of Lightning and Roger Space, guys that already do a lot of One Piece content. It would be neat if I could get up to the level where I could join up with those guys and talk One Piece with them. And become a VTuber. That'd be neat. I'd like to learn how to make and rig my own model one day and kind of take this project to the next level. Not going to tell you too much about my concept for my VTuber persona, though. I want it to be a bit of a surprise. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, a like would be appreciated, a subscription even more so. Any support you can give grows the channel and helps us move on to bigger and better things. And feel free to leave a comment talking about your favorite shows, movies, games, music, whatever. Recommendations are always welcome. And make sure to check out our social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Discord. See you all next time.